I have always been attracted or fascinated by people or things that have been taboo, forbidden, or shrouded in mystery. And for me, one of those things has always been the Hare Krishnas.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
So, as a spiritual explorer, I recently spent time with the members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, in Los Angeles, the Western headquarters for the movement.
Hare Krishna, Hare
I wanted to try and understand the Hare Krishnas, challenge my fears, explore their world, but most of all, learn something spiritual. This is Anthony Chiorazzi. I'm the author of the article Still Chanting, Still Smiling, and Still Hare Krishna for Busted Halo.
Rama Rama, Hare.
The Hare Krishna movement in America begins with A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, an Indian holy man who in 1965 journeyed to America aboard a cargo ship to spread Krishna consciousness.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
And here's what's extraordinary about his journey or story. He was 70 years old. He had 2 heart attacks on the boat over. He had only $7 in his pocket, and he didn't know anybody in America. But within 10 years, he would grow a world spiritual empire that would consist of over 100 ashrams, farm communities, and temples. This is all amazing when you remember 2 things. ISKCON has about 1 million members worldwide, a record high for them, and that most NRMs, or new religious movements, utterly fail. There are many profound truths that I've learned from the Hare Krishnas. As a spiritual explorer, I have always asked myself, what is the purpose of life, and why were we created? And the Hare Krishnas have an answer.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare.
We were created to be a source of God's enjoyment. That's our true nature, like a bee's true nature is to pollinate. Now, when we realize that our true nature is to be God's enjoyer through worshiping, reading His holy books, or serving others, we experience our intended purpose, and thus happiness. But because human nature is rebellious and more about self-gratification, we are doomed to not being happy or connected with God.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
But one way that the Hare Krishnas say that we can connect to God and feel a little bit of His intended bliss on earth is to chant or listen to the Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare Krishna.
Before I began this particular spiritual journey, I swore one thing as a Christian, that I would never chant the Hare Krishna mantra. But a devotee told me that if you are a true seeker of God, you will not be able to resist the spell of the mantra, for it's God's sweet voice calling you to walk with Him, to know Him, to be His friend. And oh, how sweet God's voice sounds.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare